Independence is a strong and vibrant community, a unique place where a thriving economic powerhouse meets small town charm. We are small, but we are mighty. Independence is an anomaly, a place where people don't often leave. We are a community in every sense of the word, united by our experiences, relationships, and passions. We are a community that stays together, gives together, and looks out for one another. A place where our loyal residents, businesses, dedicated employees, and elected officials are the key to making Independence the wonderful place that it is today. This afternoon, we will look at the last year in review and the many accomplishments that will continue to move our city forward for years to come. Independence would not be ready to welcome a bright future without the hard work and determination of our city council members, who weigh every decision they make with the future of the city of Independence in mind. I'd like to ask our council members to stand and be recognized when I call their name. Vice Mayor Dave Brindell, Councilman Carl Asa, Councilperson Kathleen Kapusta, Councilman Tom Narduzzi, Councilman Jim Tracus, Councilperson Patty Wisniewski, and Councilman Dale Baburka. How about a round of applause? Their jobs involve so much more than just showing up for council and committee meetings throughout the month. And I'm grateful for all the dedicated work that goes on behind the scenes, week after week and month after month. Thank you all for serving this community so well. As you're aware, John Veras left the city this past April for another opportunity, leaving his position as Director of Finance open. As a result, former City of Independence Purchasing Coordinator Gus Katzis was unanimously approved by Council to fill this position until the next director is elected. Gus retired last year from his position with the Finance Department in the city and was sworn in on Thursday, June 13th. And he's been doing an outstanding job ever since. So thank you, Gus. Now I would like to recognize a group of individuals who are on the front lines every day. They are always looking at improving their department and the services that they provide for our community. Whether it be implementing their services in a more efficient manner or coming up with new programming or new ways to serve you, the residents. Our department directors are dedicated public servants who share that common goal. Would all department directors please stand? Come on, guys, stand up so we can recognize. This list of people that you're seeing on the slide represents a group who do extremely important jobs for the city. Some are appointed by the mayor and some are appointed by council, with each position serving either a 2, 4, or 6-year term. They rarely are in the limelight, but nonetheless have jobs that play a significant role for the city, whether it is advising the city legally, presiding over court issues, deciding the best use for property in Independence, making sure the city always has a list of qualified candidates for our safety forces, or reviewing drawings for a new home. We could not function successfully without these individuals who serve our city. So please stand and be recognized when I call your names. Greg O'Brien, the City Law Director. Charles Chaihaki, City Prosecutor. Jeff Markley, City Planner. And on the Building Commission, we have Ray Wiesek, Bill Guttermuth, and Dale Mitkowski. On the Architectural Board of Review, Norm Cassini. On the Board of Zoning Appeals, Judy Smith, Mark Moriel, Charles Brett, and Carol Portledge. And on the Civil Service Commission, Pete Nelson, Mark Kwiatkowski, and Bill Zarlinga. Thank you for your service and for the important job that you do for the city. Behind the scenes of all the day-to-day operations of the city are a number of valuable, hard-working employees who should be recognized for their dedication and commitment to doing their part to make the city run efficiently while providing our residents with excellent services. Thank you to each and every one of you. No matter what your job is, your efforts to provide the best service to our residents could not be more appreciated. One of the pleasures of my job as mayor has been working with Superintendent Ben Hegedich and the school administration. We not only have forged a great relationship and feel very strongly that a vibrant and stable school system is at the core of every great community. More importantly, we believe that a great school system holds the key to providing a bright future for our children. It is precisely for that reason that we wanted to strengthen our partnership with the schools over the last few years. In doing so, we added an additional school resource officer at the primary school and passed legislation to fund an intervention specialist to assist students in times of need. We also instituted and funded a drug awareness education program in all of our local schools, and the city's 25 and Alive program continuously looks for opportunities to collaborate with the schools on prevention, education, and outreach. In just a few weeks, you will be asked to vote on a proposed school levy, so I encourage you to educate yourself on this issue, and please reach out to the schools should you have any questions. Transparency and accountability are vital in local government. 4 years ago, we enrolled the city in ohiocheckbook.com for complete financial transparency. Since that time, we have also digitized council legislation, allowing for quicker and easier access to legislation to both council and the public. We have increased our Wi-Fi on city-owned property so residents can enjoy free internet access. We have made it more convenient to subscribe to My Administrative Update by allowing residents to sign up on the city website. And we also made online sign-ups for all city programs now possible. And a new city website, which you see on the slide here, with a more up-to-date image, and it will be rolled out in the next week or two. One small gift that I wanted to share with you today is the placemat that everyone should have at their place setting. This picture was created as a symbol to honor and show respect for our city's history and those who played a part in shaping us into the independence that we all know and love. We have to know where we came from. We must learn from the successes and from the failures of those who have brought us to where we are today as we look forward to a bright future. Always keeping in mind the goal of preserving what we cherish most as a small hometown with top-notch services and a sound financial picture. This mural turned out beautifully and has reinforced the community's pride in its heritage and ignited a fire to improve our treasured downtown district. Let's first take a look at our city's municipal income tax. This slide illustrates that Independence is maintaining a great financial outlook. Current collections are trending to be equal to or just above 2018 levels, a year in which we eclipsed $33 million in municipal income tax revenue. Looking at the slide, you will see that the overall income tax collections have increased 20% from 2015, when the city collected $28 million. Next, let's take a look at the city's income tax in relation to our total debt. As you can see, the city's income tax collections are projected to be approaching $34 million at the end of 2019. Our total debt has decreased by approximately $200,000 since 2018, even with an increase in debt issuance to fund infrastructure projects. Rating agencies look at an organization's percentage of total debt to revenue. So let's take a look at that. So if you look at the far left hand of the graph here, you'll see in 2005, the green line up at the top is touching $40 million. That's our total debt. Well, if you look down in 2005, the blue line is $20 million. So our debt was twice our income tax collections, or 200%. If you move right to 2016, you'll see that our debt was about $33 million compared to revenue of $30.5 million. We were at 107%. In 2019, you can see that the blue line is above the green line, which means that our income tax collections exceed our total debt. And that's about $31.9 million in debt at the end of this year compared to revenue of $34 million, which puts us at 93%. So we've come a long way since 2005, and we're in a great financial position as a municipality. On this graph, the green line shows the upswing of income tax and TIF revenue up approximately $1 million over last year. The red line shows the expenditures increasing very slightly due to annual wage and benefit increases. The blue line in the chart shows the city's cash balance. 2018 was the best cash position the city has been in over 18 years. The year-end cash for 2019 is expected to be lower than 2018 because council and myself and the finance director decided to apply $5 million towards paying off debt principal. We paid off the remaining debt of the shared use facility, the field house, and we paid cash for all the residential road construction projects that are occurring in the city this year. So the chart shows cash to expenditures from 2005 to 2019. The coverage percentage was the lowest in 2007 at 6%. So if you look at the blue line on the bottom, in 2007, it's almost touching the bottom of the graph. And that illustrates that the city only had $1 million in cash in 2007, compared to $18.6 million in expenditures. And that's a 6% coverage percentage. And last year, we increased that ratio to a healthy 53%. We had $11.3 million in cash to $21.3 million in expenditures. And this year, the ratio is going to go down to about 28%. And again, that's largely due to the fact that we used $5 million of that cash to pay down debt and to pay cash for our infrastructure projects. But the city looks to increase this healthy ratio of cash to expenditures moving forward. Two major undertakings since I took office in 2016 have provided considerable savings for the city. In 2016, the city converted our phone system from using a traditional public phone network to a voice-over IP system in which phone calls are sent and received over the internet. And just to give you an idea of the savings this change has made, in 2015, the city's phone bills totaled over $336,000. Today, in 2019, the city's phone bill to date totaled approximately $23,000. That's a decrease of over 93%. Also, over the last 4 years, the city has been gradually converting the lighting in our buildings and parking lots to LEDs. This conversion has provided a conservative estimate of $25,000 per year in energy savings alone. And also, since taking office in 2016, we have made efforts to streamline some of our staffing, which has saved the city approximately $325,000 per year. If you do the math, you will see that since 2016, we have pursued common sense options that have saved the city millions of dollars over the course of the last 4 years. In addition to looking for ways to save tax dollars, we are also continuously looking for ways to increase the city's revenue through our economic development efforts. In order to preserve stability, a city must keep advancing economic development. Independence is very fortunate to have a fantastic location, but location is not always enough. The city has developed a successful economic development program to attract and retain businesses. We have had success using measured economic development incentives to leverage private investment in real estate. We have improved vehicular and pedestrian mobility in our commercial corridors. We have made our business districts more attractive to companies and to employees by adding additional amenities. And it is because of this strategy that we have experienced some impressive outcomes over the last 4 years. We have had over $100 million in commercial real estate investment. We've filled nearly 300,000 square feet of office space. And we have attracted and retained over 20 companies, resulting in over 1,700 jobs and over $3 million of income tax. And because of our economic development strategy, our vacancy rate has held steady in the low teens, down significantly from 24% vacancy rate in 2012. And here are a few of our success stories. Through our economic development efforts and strategic partnerships with companies, several buildings have been renovated, along with the construction of a new building in the East Pleasant Valley Road Business District, resulting in over $15 million of investment. This slide shows some examples of the investments along East Pleasant Valley Road, including new construction, such as the Involta Data Center, and then it goes to show some total building renovations for the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers, Road Dental, Wholesale Supplies Plus, and Quasar Energy Group. There's currently one project under construction, and that is Signature Sauces. This year, Signature Sauces has started a 12,000 square foot addition to its building at 7169 East Pleasant Valley Road. With vacant land and some buildings for sale, East Pleasant Valley Road will certainly experience additional investment in the future. As part of our marketing efforts, we have been looking at ways to identify and to promote our business districts. These gateway signs were installed at the eastern and western boundaries of the Pleasant Valley Road Business District. These signs help to define the corridor and are the first phase of efforts to improve the appearance and the aesthetics of the corridor. Next year, we are planning to install hanging baskets similar to Rockside. We will continue exploring opportunities for pole banners, and we will be reinstalling our Season's Greetings lighting display again this year to mark the holiday season. Last year, at my State of the City, I presented renderings of a new corporate headquarters for Redwood Living. However, due to some unforeseen site issues, Redwood Living had to abandon its plans to construct a new building. But the company never abandoned its commitment to the city of Independence. Our economic development director collaborated with Redwood Living to explore other opportunities for its headquarters. And this past July, the company paid $2.9 million to acquire the 50,000 square foot former ADP building at 7007 East Pleasant Valley Road. The company is planning to completely renovate the building, creating an efficient and modern corporate headquarters. We are excited that Redwood Living is going to remain in Independence for many years to come. The Rockside Road Business District is our largest commercial district and provides a majority of our income tax. So I'd like to provide you with some important project updates. This year, the city's first assisted living and memory care facility, Vista Springs Ravenna, opened on Brecksville Road across from the Cleveland Clinic courts. Those of us who attended the open house were very impressed with the quality of the facility and the beauty of the grounds. This new facility will provide an excellent option for our seniors if and when they should not be able to continue to live in their homes without assistance. After experiencing the finished product and becoming familiar with the staff, I am more confident than ever that the city chose the right partner in Vista Springs. The city recently completed the rehabilitation of the roadway surface of Oak Tree Boulevard, while also constructing a walking path in the center median. The second phase of this project includes installing pedestrian lighting, landscaping, benches, and waste receptacles along the length of the walking path. This path is extremely popular with walkers, and these improvements will help to make this district more attractive and comfortable to the users. This project is our latest effort to improve opportunities for pedestrians to walk throughout the Rockside Road corridor. During the past 4 years, we have added sidewalks on Oak Tree Boulevard, Rockside Place, West Creek, and Jefferson Drive. Going forward, we are going to install sidewalks and streetlights when roads are rehabbed or constructed in the Rockside Road Business District. The city purchased 33 acres from Duke Realty in 2014 for $2.5 million. The city's area plans call for this property to be developed as a mixed-use commercial district, a catalyst for further development in this area that contains nearly 80 acres of vacant land. In early 2018, the city announced its partnership with Industrial Realty Group, IRG, to develop this property into a modern mixed-use commercial district with office, retail, restaurants, and hospitality. The images above represent Industrial Realty Group's initial concepts for this area. Both IRG and the city believe that this property's location in the region will put us in a great position to land some high-profile projects over the next few years. I, along with City Council, believe the development of the Northwest Quadrant will be a game changer for the city and propel our economic development efforts to a new level in the years to come. The 65,000 square foot Topgolf entertainment facility is nearing completion. The current estimate is for the facility to be up and running in late November or early December. I have toured the property and have to say that it will be worth the wait, as the interior amenities are truly spectacular. To learn more about what this entertainment facility has to offer, please refer to your newest edition of the Independence magazine, which you recently received at your home. The extension of Rockside Woods Boulevard north from the Embassy Suites Hotel towards Brecksville Road got underway this year. The extension includes the installation of new utilities, sidewalks, street lighting, and most significant, a new expanded intersection at Brecksville Road. The new intersection will be signalized and widened to accommodate turn lanes in both directions. The roadway extension across the Topgolf property is now complete, with work now occurring at the new intersection on Brecksville Road. But at the same time as the work is continuing at the new intersection, city contractors are working to complete the rehab of the existing Rockside Woods Boulevard North pavement from Rockside Woods north to the Embassy Suites Hotel. Once complete, this section of roadway will look and function like new, seamlessly blending into the newly constructed road. The rehab of the existing Rockside Woods Boulevard pavement will be completed this construction season, with the larger roadway extension and intersection project slated for a late 2020 completion. Independent City Council recently approved legislation for 2 exciting new projects in the Rockside corridor. Council provided its approval for local craft brewer Saucy Brewworks to construct a new facility. The approximately 25,000 square foot building will be constructed on a 2-acre parcel between the Embassy Suites Hotel and Topgolf. The plans call for the building to include event space, a brewery, restaurant, retail shop, as well as the company's corporate headquarters. The Saucy Brewworks Independence Brew Club is anticipating a 2020 grand opening. Independence City Council also recently authorized the sale of approximately 1 acre property near the I-77 southbound. The former BP gas station property will be sold and redeveloped as a single-tenant building for Starbucks. The Starbucks will be accessed via the marginal road leading to the Crown Plaza Hotel, with no site access from Rockside Road. To develop the property, a large retaining wall will be constructed to support the site, and we are partnering with the developer to ensure that the city has an opportunity to install gateway signage welcoming travelers to Independence. The Starbucks project is planning to start construction in the spring of 2020. As I mentioned earlier, increasing amenities in the Rockside Road Business District is a key part to our economic development strategy. In fact, the economic development strategy describes the importance of amenities perfectly when it states, quote, "There has been shown to be a strong correlation between amenity value, including the quality of place, and the economic viability." The introduction continues. There is interest among businesses and residents for additional amenities that not only add value to the experience of workers, but also increase the city's attractiveness and competitiveness for recruiting businesses. With Topgolf, Saucy Brewworks, and the Starbucks drive-thru, we are adding great amenities that achieve the aspirations of this economic development strategic plan, while making the Rockside Road corridor more attractive to current and prospective businesses. Having the best location in Northeast Ohio is great, but commuters still need to be able to arrive and leave in an efficient and safe manner. To keep traffic moving on Rockside, the city has completed projects ranging from restriping travel lanes to constructing new travel lanes on Rockside Road. Our efforts have been successful as traffic is now moving more efficiently. Although we have made tremendous progress, there is still one more project that we are hoping to undertake in the near future: the expansion of the Rockside Road I-77 northbound ramp. As you can see in this plan, the I-77 northbound ramp will be expanded to 2 lanes and then merge back to 1 lane after the overpass. This plan also calls for expanding capacity at the Rockside ramp from I-77 north by creating dual left and dual right turn lanes. Although these appear to be relatively small changes, the transportation model demonstrates that these projects will have a tremendous impact on traffic efficiency and safety in times of peak volumes. We hope to receive approval from ODOT to construct these improvements early next year and immediately move forward with project engineering. The city has been blessed with a quaint downtown district that is free of congestion and provides a place to fulfill many of life's basic needs. Share a meal with a friend, mail a letter, fill a prescription, and pick up that tool that you need to finally complete the home improvement project. Although we value the historic nature of downtown, there comes a time when investment is needed to provide a refresh for the next generation. So for the last 4 years, we have taken steps necessary to enable the measured and appropriate revitalization of downtown. After 15 years of inactivity, we demolished the vacant old middle school, opening up the space so that you could begin to see the potential of this property. Next, with community input, we developed a comprehensive plan to improve the streetscape from daisy to ceiling, and also complete concepts for a new community amphitheater, fountain, walking paths, and other resident-friendly amenities on a former middle school property. But before any of these plans could be realized, we needed to address the lingering environmental problems that resulted from former gas stations that surrounded the old middle school property. Working with the EPA, we took the necessary steps to clean up the parking lot area next to the C&B garage building that had documented contamination from the former Gulf gas station. After years of hard work, we now have documentation from the state of Ohio providing the C&B garage property and former old middle school property are free of contamination. With documentation in hand, we are now prepared to move ahead with the established vision for the downtown streetscape and community amenities on the old middle school property. Speaking of historic events, January 1st of this year marked the end of the oldest business in the city with the closing of the Haydock mine after being in operation continuously for the last 126 years. You never want to hear about a business closing. However, in this instance, the residents of Stone Road and in the downtown area will no longer have to deal with the truck traffic, the noise, and the dust, just to name a few of the negative impacts of having an active mine located at the end of a residential street. The West Creek Conservancy and the National Park are looking forward to returning this land to a more natural state. Our efforts in economic development, coupled with our great city services, excellent schools, low taxes, continual infrastructure improvements, and community beautification efforts over the last 4 years have kept our home values high. Based on data from the Akron-Cleveland Association of Realtors, there were 66 homes for sale in Independence in 2018, with an average listing price of $331,000, which calculates to a 40% increase over the previous year. To date in 2019, 47 homes have been listed at an average price of $462,000, and it is not uncommon for homes to sell by word of mouth before they even hit the market, or for homes to sell within the first few days of being listed on the market. Since October of last year, 31 homes have been built in Independence with an average sales price of over $550,000. The Hemlock Creek Trail dedication ceremony was held on Saturday, September 14th. Over 200 people shared in the excitement and activities planned to celebrate this long-awaited occasion. Not only did this project take well over a decade to bring to fruition, it required the cooperation, support, and partnership with many people and organizations to whom we are extremely grateful. For those who have not had the opportunity to capture the beauty of this trail, here is a sample of the views of this magnificent trail that our residents are blessed to have access to in their backyards. And this drone footage is courtesy of Assistant Fire Chief Jim Wheeler. And it is our hope that as many of our residents as possible will have the opportunity to see firsthand the beauty that encompasses this trail. With that said, an opportunity is in the works for those who may not be physically able to walk the trail. We are looking into other modes of transportation that will enable everyone to enjoy the trail as well. So please stay tuned. And I think we'll watch it until we get over these two bridges. So at the bottom of the trail, we constructed a 200-foot bridge spanning the Cuyahoga River. It really is spectacular. So I encourage everyone to go see it. These are two of the new, smaller bridges. But it's a beautiful natural area. As proud as we are of the Hemlock Trail, we are equally as proud of the city's display of reverence and respect for our local veterans. The Hometown Hero program was brought to me halfway through my first year in office by Gail Ruderi, who in her travels saw similar banners hanging in a small town in New York. This program has created such an amazing pride for those who have served our country and has touched the hearts of the families whose loved ones are on display. There is no doubt that this program is here to stay. May the pride we feel as we drive down Brecksville and Pleasant Valley roads be a constant reminder of what has been sacrificed for the privilege of our namesake, independence. The Cloverleaf Business District has one of the most strategic locations in the city, having reasonable access and visibility to I-77, I-480, and Granger Road. This district has experienced some investment with the recent renovation of Spins Bowl and the relocation of Verso Restaurant. We are confident that Cloverleaf is poised for future growth and investment. With the extension of Rockside Woods Boulevard North and the new Brecksville Road intersection, the Cloverleaf will have a more tangible, physical connection to the commerce of Rockside Road. We believe the increase in pedestrian and vehicular traffic from both Topgolf and the Saucy Brew Works will have a positive spillover effect on this area and encourage investors to look at the Cloverleaf with a fresh perspective. To help with the transformation in this area, we are planning to install sidewalks and streetlights as part of the upcoming Brecksville Road repaving project. From past experiences on Rockside and Pleasant Valley roads, we know that investment can set this, we know that public investment sets the stage for private investment. And to add to the investment in the area, ODOT is also planning to rebuild the Brecksville Road Bridge over I-480. And as you can see on the slide, both sides of the bridge will feature beautiful Independence Gateway signage. I am confident that Cloverleaf's best days are yet to come. And speaking of top workplaces, the City of Independence has been able to draw some of the best talent in the area because we are able to provide competitive wages and excellent benefits to both our full-time and part-time employees. Since May of 2018, 488 people have applied for open jobs within the city. In her first year as Human Resource Director, Leticia Linker has made the employment process more user-friendly and more transparent by posting job openings to the city website, posting summer jobs at the local schools. Interested applicants can now apply online 24/7 in the convenience of their own homes. And potential applicants can opt for an email notification when jobs are posted. And in an effort to take our city managers to a new level, the city partnered with Kent State University to provide a project management class to 26 of our team members. The intent of this class was to educate our leaders on a more efficient way of project planning, with the intent to create better managers which can ultimately save the city time and money. In order for Independence to have a bright future, we must invest in capital improvements and redevelop our aging infrastructure. There has been over $26 million worth of infrastructure work in Independence this construction season alone. And included in that work are the replacement of aging water mains that are over 90 years old on Brookside and Brantley, the resurfacing of many roads that have not been touched in decades. And I also mentioned all the previous infrastructure improvements along the Rockside corridor. I must say that I can't remember a construction season quite like this one, with projects going on all over the city. We certainly are getting things back to Independence standards. And one thing is for sure, the members of our engineering department have all become excellent at multitasking this year. And now onto our safety forces. In March of this year, we successfully transitioned our dispatch operations to the new Chagrin Valley Dispatch Facility. This new custom-designed dispatch center provides Independence with access to technology, support, and staffing that were just not possible for Independence alone. The transition went even more smoothly than anticipated, allowing us to provide the highest possible quality of service to our citizens and our businesses. We now have digital license plate reading cameras at Rockside and Brecksville roads that were obtained via a Homeland Security grant last year. Additionally, a portable license plate scanner will be added to our mobile surveillance trailer via this grant. These cameras allow for increased surveillance in our main business district. Another grant through the Ohio Attorney General's office covered 75% of the purchase of new body armor for the police department. Each officer was provided with an Armor Express Level 3A ballistic vest with an upgraded trauma plate, giving them the highest level of ballistic protection available. Serious violent crime in 2019 has been at the lowest levels in at least the past 5 years, with no robberies reported, no felony assaults, and only one burglary reported through September of this year. Since January 1, our officers have responded to over 12,000 calls for service and over 390 traffic crashes. Sergeant James Martin received the Task Force Officer of the Year Award from the United States Marshal for his outstanding work on the Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force. And the Independence officers continue to participate in the Southwest Enforcement Bureau SWAT team, HIDA, the DEA Task Force, and the Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force. Through these partnerships, Independence receives training, intelligence, support, and technology that would otherwise be unavailable to a local law enforcement agency like Independence. Probably the best way to assess the caliber of our fire department team is to look at the ISO fire score given to our fire department every 5 years by the Insurance Service Office, which is ISO. The rating is used by insurance companies to determine insurance rates for homeowners. An ISO fire rating is a score from 1 to 10, and it indicates how well protected our community is by the strength of our fire department. The lower the score, the better the rating. 1 is the best possible rating, while 10 is the worst. Less than 1% of all communities receive a rating of 1, and a rating of 5 is the most common rating received by all fire departments. With that being said, I would like to congratulate our fire department for receiving an ISO score of 3 this go-around. And here are some more specifics related to fire upgrades. The fire department took delivery of a new Braun ambulance in January, offering us a better-built vehicle specifically designed for our residents' needs. We also purchased a new brush truck, which is shown in red on the slide, and this new vehicle will allow us to access areas off the New Hemlock Trail and other areas of the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. To accommodate the addition of our new full-time and part-time personnel, additional fire gear lockers and personnel lockers were installed in the building. A total of 5 full-time firefighters were added this year alone, and this is the largest freshman class in the department's history. Over $50,000 was received in grants this past year, which provided new fire hoses, the installation of smoke and CO2 alarms in 209 of our residents' homes, and the purchase of a new simulation mannequin. Another department that keeps reaching for ways to improve their process is the mayor's court. Here are just a few examples of their efforts. The court office now receives 100% of its tickets electronically from the police department. They have also implemented an automated telephony system to make offenders' interaction with the courts streamlined and more efficient, minimizing the chance for error. The city's 25 and Alive program has become a valuable educational resource for our city's school children over the years. Administered by the Clerk of Courts, Angie Zdanek, the program collaborates with our schools to educate and provide support to help our children make smart choices throughout their formative years. Last year, the city and schools collaborated to engage the services of the McKeon Education Group to provide professional consulting services, including individual counseling, behavioral intervention, and education, as well as protocols for suicide prevention. The partnership resulted in over 50 families being serviced within our schools. We are excited to put our efforts behind anything that can enhance the well-being of the youth and the members of our community. Our school children are being impacted daily by anxiety, pressures to perform, grief, depression, and drug abuse issues. We are fortunate to be a community that can meet these needs head on and provide support not only to the students and families, but to the school staff and administrators as well. Building official Mike Giroux and his team at the building department have had a busy year as they continue to improve their processes to become more web-friendly and more available online for users to complete and submit applications. The following statistics tell a great story of how busy the department was this past year. On the commercial end of things, there were 38 different projects, one being a brand new commercial building, and then 37 renovations and remodels. And that total value of the investment in the community on the commercial end is $30 million. And on the residential end, there were 27 new homes started at a value of about $9.3 million and 57 remodels at about $1.5 million. So if you add that all up, the department oversaw and inspected $41 million worth of commercial and residential improvements this past year alone. And to highlight some of these investments, the Holiday Inn is investing over $14 million to renovate and upgrade their building. The construction of the Vista Springs came in at over $12 million. And Topgolf will invest over $35 million in their project. As I mentioned with our fire department, the Insurance Service Organization, ISO, also rates our building department every 4 years. The rating we receive is determined by adequate staffing, training opportunities provided to employees, and how well both the local and state building fire codes are enforced. This year, we are excited to share that our rating upgraded the department from a 4 to a 3. And if you remember from the fire department, the lower the score, the better. So how about a round of applause for the building? So congratulations to Building Commissioner Giroux and his very dedicated team of employees. And hopefully, our residential and our commercial insurance premiums will drop because of all the hard work that the fire and building departments have accomplished. Even if you think the community service department is a busy department with all of the programming and lunches they provide, chances are you have no idea just how busy they really are. Please focus your eyes on the chart just for a minute so I can point out that over the last year, this department has received over 20,000 phone calls, serviced over 26,000 people in room rentals, and planned and organized a total of 76 bus trips. All ages benefit from this department, but we are very pleased that a great deal of the wonderful programming keeps our seniors young and our children active and learning. And we must be doing something right, as we have had 3 residents this year turn 100 years young. And those are only the ones that I have been made aware of. George Harrigan, Alex Kunavicius, and Emily Spilka, who I believe Emily is here with us. All right. Congratulations on your amazing milestone. We hope you continue to stay active and frequent the Civic Center. A program which year after year becomes more and more popular with our children and our parents is the after-school program. So popular that for the 2019-2020 school year, the enrollment at the Fieldhouse was expanded to include 5th through 8th graders. And the current enrollment is at 104 students. One of the highlights of this past year involved the students participating in the 2018 annual Giving Tree fundraiser and raising $800 in 2 weeks to assist Brownie, a 9-month-old dog in an animal shelter, to receive a much-needed surgery from a leg injury caused by a car accident. This outreach activity received tons of positive publicity, showcasing the children's teamwork and leadership as they reach their financial goal. As far as this facility is concerned, it's hard to believe that the Civic Center has been around for 27 years already. This frequently used facility was in desperate need of an upgrade, and in 2019, we were able to begin our renovations, which included the following areas: the banquet rooms that we were in, the Willow Room across the hall, both restrooms, and the hallway. The renovation included new carpeting, wall treatment, trim, sconces, and dance floor. Our next phase of renovations will include the kitchen and community service atrium so that this building can reflect quality and comfort. While we're on the topic of renovations, plans to renovate the Liberty Playground are underway for Phase 2, which will include a new play structure for children ages 2 to 5 with rubberized floor surface. To engage residents in this vision, the Recreation Department held input meetings for residents to provide suggestions of features that they would like like to see incorporated. The input received from some of the residents resulted in the renderings that you see on the screen. This work will begin November 1st, with installation completed by May of next year. Other improvements completed by the Recreation Department include the installation of new lights at Zuber Field and the installation of lights on the U10 soccer field. Our U10 soccer field is the first and the only lighted soccer field in Elmwood Park. An upgrade to the bocce ball courts will soon be underway, since their last facelift goes back to the early 80s. The generosity of some of our residents never ceases to amaze me. Earlier this year, Mr. Alex Kunavicius donated a gazebo to the city that he had in his yard for many, many years. With the assistance of the service department, we relocated the structure to the park, where it received a new roof and a fresh coat of paint. Stamped concrete was installed around its new home by Elmwood Pond. And this new gazebo has become a top new photo spot for prom goers and senior pictures. Our service department had a productive year as they continued to clean and maintain catch basins all over the city in accordance with their 5-year cleaning and maintenance program. This newly established program has opened up our aging storm sewers and greatly reduced the incidence of flooding across the city. In addition to their routine work, such as garbage pickup, landscaping maintenance, sidewalk installation, tree planting, sewer maintenance, and snow plowing, the purchase of some new equipment last year enabled the department to perform asphalt crack sealing on over a dozen city roads and numerous parking lots across the city. Also this year, the service department delivered over 273 loads of mulch to residents and repaired over 500 linear feet of sidewalks throughout the city. I must also commend the service department for the important role that they played in helping to bring the completion of the Hemlock Trail. Thank you very much. The technical service department is responsible for keeping the city's facilities running, and they do a great job of that. If they are not repairing something, they are busy performing preventative maintenance on all of our building systems. With over 250,000 square feet of buildings to maintain, this is a huge task. And in addition to all of that, they manage to find time to take on major projects. One of Tech's planned capital expenditures came to fruition this year with a new City Hall chiller installation. The new high-efficiency 85-ton chiller replaced the original unit that was 38 years old. The new unit is performing as expected, providing plenty of cool comfort to all of City Hall, along with significant yearly energy cost savings. Our skilled technical service technicians also assisted with the remodel on 2 major city departments. A remodel of the building department, which included the removal of the wall, drop ceiling alterations, along with complete electrical and IT wiring upgrades. The addition of a large wall mural designed by the building department added the finishing touch. They also played a major role in the renovation of this wing of the Civic Center. As you can see, they did a fantastic job and saved the city thousands while doing it. Year after year, our very talented technicians tackle in-house projects in our facilities that otherwise would cost significantly more if we had to hire an outside contractor. In reviewing all of the accomplishments we were able to achieve as a collaborative, united team, we look forward to the many exciting things ahead, and I sincerely thank those who helped make all of this happen. Our elected officials, our department heads, and dedicated employees. And I thank you, the residents and business members of Independence, for embracing this community and making it the unique and special place that it is today. It truly is an honor and a privilege to serve you as your mayor.